Alright, so yeah, today we will discuss about this Batu Pahat paper 1 for 2019, and yes, so let's begin with the paper. And yes, I already like screened through all the questions. Yes, I will do this paper. One of the reason is because I actually agree this paper is hard. I mean, it's quite hard. It's not only hard, actually, it's considered very hard. Especially if I also think this paper is hard, so I can imagine as a student, you definitely will think this paper is very hard. So yeah, this is one of the reasons I want to do this paper before I do the MRSM paper 2. So yep. So let's do oops. Okay, so let's begin. All right, so the paper 2 will discuss the stage you discussed previously. Depend. Paper 2 I will choose the hard paper as well. I will not do all the paper because we only left 2 weeks, I guess. Two to 3 weeks. So maybe we can discuss 2 to 3 paper. If I can spare out more time, maybe we can discuss up to 4 paper, because I promised the modern math student I will spare out some time to discuss the modern math. In this week, I try to have the modern math live streaming on Sunday if I do not need to fetch my grandmother back to Johor. So yeah, if I need to fetch my grandmother back, then I might not able to do on Sunday as well. So maybe it's next week. So, but anyways, I will update on my YouTube. Make sure you just stay tuned on my YouTube's. Alright, so okay. So let's begin the question number 1 here. Alright, so if m1 plus 4 over 5j is a unit vector for ki plus 8j, so find the possible values of m and k. So first thing over here is you have to know what is unit vector. So okay, I will need some color here. Okay, so basically, if unit vector of A basically equals to vector of A over the magnitudes of A here. So this is what happened for unit vector. So over here, they tell me the unit vector is Ki plus 8j. So equals to the Mi. Okay, this is the vector, right? This is not the unit vector. So equals to Mi plus 4 over 5j divided by the magnitude of it. The magnitude of this one will be m square. I mean, it will be m square plus 4 over 5 square. Alright, so what I want to do is I need to do some comparing here. So I will basically move them. I mean, I will separate them in terms of I and j. Alright, so therefore I simplify this one should be m over square root m square plus 4 over 5 square I plus 4 over 5 okay over 5 square root m square plus 4 over 5 square j. Alright, will equals to ki plus 8j. Okay, from here definitely I will need to find the k and m value at the same time. So what I want to do is, because I know my j actually equals to 8, right? That means the whole thing here should equals to 8, isn't it? Because this is a. So I will say, yeah, a lot of things here. So I will say 8 is equals to 4 over 5 square root m square plus 4 over 5 square. So I will solve this thing. This one will give it 2. It will give me 10. Okay, so 10 square root m square plus 4. Am I did any mistake here? I hope not. I hope I didn't make any mistake. Okay, it's fine. We'll find out. Equals to 1. So therefore, this one should be okay. I will move the 10 is over 10, right? And then I will move the square root. It becomes square. Alright, then m square will equals to 1 over 100 minus, I'm going to move this one, which is 16 over 25. Alright, this one I'm going to multiply 4 to get the same denominator. This is 1 minus, no, just now I did I actually get quite, it's a unit vector. Oh yeah, I actually did wrongly. Because this one is a unit vector, this is vector. No wonder like so weird. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I see the chat room. All of you like I should read the question carefully because the first one is a unit vector. So unit vector should be here. Alright, it's a vector of this one. So this is the vector ki plus 8j over square root k squared plus a squared. Yeah, okay, this one is correct. So I will do exactly like what I did just now, which is mi plus 4 over 5j equals to k over square root k squared plus a squared I plus a over square root k squared plus a squared j. Alright, then I will comparing the j here. So I will get 4 over 5 equals to a over square root k squared plus a squared. Alright, then I will just crossover multiply. So I will get this one equals to 10, isn't it? Yep. So k squared plus 64 equals to 100. K squared equals to 36. So k will equals to positive negative 6. I just squared it and I will get the answer. So alright, so I hope you get it. And then after that I want to find my m. So m will equals to k. So let's say when k equals to 6. So my m is basically 6 over square root of 36 plus 64. So which is 6 over 10, which is 3 over 5. Alright, when my k is equals to negative 6, my m equals to negative 6 over square root of 100 as well. So it's negative 3 over 5. Alright, so yeah, I can say my m equals to positive negative 3 over 5. So, alright, so yeah, I hope you guys can understand. I'm so sorry about beginnings because I did some mistake over there. Alright, for question number 2 over here. Okay, you see the word parallel, right? I say in this topic, right, if you have parallel, what we will do is basically we will do something like AB equals to lambda BC. Because parallel, that means they must be in the same direction, but then they not necessarily will have the same skew. Let's say this is A, this is 3A. Then I can say like AB, this is CD. I can say AB equals to lambda CD. But my lambda over here is just like 1 over 3, right? So therefore, AB is just 1 over 3 of CD. Okay, so therefore, when they are parallel, I can always add the lambda by myself. Obviously, this is AB, CD. I just like add myself to explain about parallel. So over here, they give me something like Km plus N is parallel to 3, 4. So whenever parallel or collinear, I will basically add a lambda for it. So over here, I will just insert my value plus negative 3a equals to lambda 3, 4. Alright, so basically over here you should know it's a simultaneous. So I will say 4k minus 3 equals to 3 lambda. And then we have 5k plus a equals to 4 lambda. Alright, and then I will kind of need to do the simultaneous to find out what is lambda first. Depend you love elimination or substitution, both should be fine. Maybe I do the elimination, so I will make the k become 20. So this equation I will multiply 5, this equation I will multiply 4. So I will have 20k minus 15 equals to 15 lambda. This one I will get 20k plus 32 equals to 16 lambda. And then I minus them. So I should get negative 47 equals to, am I correct, equals to negative lambda. My lambda equals to 47 times 4, right? 4, 4, 16 times 5, 15, 30, 50. Yeah, I should be correct. If you find any mistake, you just let me know. Alright, so then I want to find k because this question actually asked me to find k. So I will say 4k minus 3 equals to 3 lambda. So 4k equals to, let me use my calculator. So 3 times 3 multiply 47 plus 3. I will get 144 divided by 4. K equals to 36. Yeah, I hope the answer is correct. If you realize the answer is not correct, yeah, actually I can. Yes, thanks for the what. I hope I didn't pronounce your name wrongly. The Crowley. Yeah, you got the correct idea. Why am I doing like this? I can straight away eliminate lambda rather than like this. So let's see we get the same result or not. So I want to eliminate the lambda. So I will multiply 4 here. I multiply 3 here. So I got 16k minus 12 equals to 12 lambda. And then this one I have 15k plus 24 equals to 12 lambda. And then I minus them. I got k minus 36 equals to 0. K equals to 36. Yeah, use this method is faster. Alright, so yeah, I guess k will be 36 here. Alright, so I will move on to number 3 here. Okay, number 3, basically you have your two diagrams. First diagram, they give you this equation like this. The second diagram over here, they actually give you this equation, y equals to mx plus 2. So over here, the only hints you have is a 2. Because both equations, you will see the 2 there. The first 2 over here, it seems like a coefficient of x cubed. And then the second 2 here will become a constant. So the first idea over here is, I want to make my 2 become constant here. So what I want to do is, I will divide x cubed for every single one. Why I do that? Because I want to make the 2 as a constant. So therefore, I will have a y over x cubed equals to p 1 over x cubed plus 2. Because the x cubed and x cubed I cancel already, I left a constant 2, isn't it? And then p over x cubed, I can say is p multiply 1 over x cubed, isn't it? So because of this one, I know this equation actually is same with this equation. And we have one coordinate for us. This is x-intercept, which is negative 1 over 4, 0. Then I will sub in this coordinate to help me to find a p. So my y is 0, my p is just p, gradient is negative 1 over 4 plus 2. So I got 1 over 4p equals to 2, my p equals to a. Alright, so I guess this kind of question is quite hard if you doesn't get the idea how to do this kind of question. So basically, I will try to find hints between two graphs over here or both of the equation. But obviously, both of the equation here, you should be able to see a 2 there. So I guess this is how to do this kind of questions. So if you understand, it shouldn't be too hard over here. Next one. Alright, so yeah. This one is a little bit confused when I want to do this. But okay, first formula I know is cos negative theta will equals to cos theta. Alright, this is one of the formula you have to know before I start to do this one. So my A, because cos negative 100 actually equals to cos 100. And then we don't have 100 here, but we have a 50 here. So I know it's cos 100 is 2 multiply 50, isn't it? This one is actually something like cos 2x. Alright, and we know basically cos 2x, we have few choice, right? We can be cos square minus sine square. Or we can do something like 2 cos square minus 1. Or we can do something like, if I change this one, 1 minus 2 sine square. So cos basically you have 3 of this formula. But because over here, in order to in term of m, I can only use the cos thing. Because I do not know what is a sine 50. So therefore, I will ignore about any formula with a sine. I will just focus the formula with a cos. So therefore, it will equals to 2 cos square 50 minus 1. I just apply into the formula. You just assume x will be your 50 degree here. Right, you get the idea? So cos square 50 is equals to cos 50 square. So cos 50 is equals to m, so it will be m square. So it's 2m square minus 1. Alright, this is the answer for A. Alright, so the answer for B, so the answer for B over here, so what we will do over here is cos 25. So the cos 25 over here, you know you kind of need to use the half angle. Because cos 25 actually equals to cos 50 over 2, right? Just assume 50 is x, so it's something like cos x over 2, right? So this is half angle. We have the formula for half angle is, what is that already? m plus 1 over 2, isn't it? I kind of forgot about half angle. Okay, let's work out the half angle. So let's say my x is a half angle. A over 2 equals to 2 cos square A over 2 minus 1. Yeah, so cos A plus 1 over 2 square root. Yeah, correct. So basically, it will equals to cos x plus 1 over 2. This is the formula of the half angle. If you do not know the half angle formula, so you just copy this down or you memorize it. Basically, you can get your half angle formula, use the cos 2x formula. You should be able to do that. And what if you draw a triangle? In this case, we can't draw a triangle. I guess one of the reasons is we want to make it in terms of, and can we just do half a triangle? Okay, let me maybe later I will try. So this one is basically cos 50 plus 1 over 2. So it's basically m plus 1 over 2. Alright, so number 5 here, okay. Because number 5 here, actually I get two value of m, but marking scheme only have one value if not mistaken, so I will just explain myself. Okay, first thing is, when we have the modulus like this, what we want to do is, well, we sub in some value here. At least we have this coordinate, which is 0, 1. So what I will do is I will sub in the 0, 1 into the equation, which is my y gx equals to 1 and my x equals to 0. So I have negative modulus m. And modulus basically will tell me is plus minus 1. Alright, so therefore my m, my m basically get plus minus. Am I get correct? 0. I plug in the 0 into here. 0, 1. Why it seems like so easy, man? Okay, never mind. So therefore this coordinate is called 2k, right? That means when my gx equals to k, this one will equals to negative 2 plus m. So m, because m can have two values, isn't it? So we will do plus 1 first, maybe. See what happens. So yeah, let's do plus minus 1 at the same time. So k, I should have the modulus. This is negative 4. If plus 1, then you actually have 3. And then if this is negative 4 minus 1, and then you should have 5. But the answer over here, they will only give you 5. I guess your answer is only 5, isn't it? If not mistaken. The 1. Because for this kind of modulus graph, right, you have two possibilities. One possibility is your graph will look like this. And another possibility, your graph will look like this. Before reflex, yeah, your graph will look like this. Because both after reflex already, then both of these graphs after reflect, you will actually get the same graph above there. So I guess m should be able to have both value, isn't it? Unless we actually see the gradient is negative 2. Yeah. So because the gradient is negative 2, then we have to choose this one. If the gradient is negative 2, then maybe it's the reason we actually choosing this one. Then our m is basically negative 1, because this one m is positive 1, isn't it? M will be the y-intercept. I guess because of the equation. Yeah. So okay, then we just don't do plus 1, we just do minus 1. Then we ignore about this part. Okay, so yeah, I also agree because the gradient is negative 2. Okay, so next one. They ask us to find G2. So what I understand is I substitute the F inverse G into the GF. That means I substitute the whole thing into here. Actually, I getting G square. You just imagine when F multiply with the F inverse, you will get identity matrix. So F multiply F inverse will give you I, right? If in Okay, or it will give you 1. Or actually, it will give you x. It will give you x. All right, so if this one will actually give you x in the function, I in the matrix. So yeah, I'm a bit confused. So therefore, what I can do is you can cancel it out. It becomes gx. Okay, you get the idea how it's cancelled out. So I no need to basically go to find what is f and f inverse and so much. So if you understand this one, basically what I'm doing is I substitute this equation back, go into this equation. So it's 12, 3x minus 2 minus a. So which is 36x minus 24 minus a. So should be 36x minus 32. So this is my g2x, isn't it? Alright, and then the second one, they asked me to find the a and b. They give me a gx. So if I use this gx to find my g square x, so what I'm doing here is I substitute gx into the gx. That means I have ax plus b plus b. Alright, so this one basically will give me a square x plus ab plus b. And then I will do some comparing here. When I do the because both also is a G2, right? When I do the comparing, I would say the term beside the x is 36 equals to a square. So a square will equals to 36 because a must less than 0, right? So a will just equals to negative 6. Alright, and then I will take the number which is without x. This is without x, isn't it? So ab plus b equals to negative 32. A is negative 6. Negative 6 plus b equals to negative 32. So negative 5b equals to negative 32. So b equals to 32 over 5. Right, this is how we do this kind of questions. I hope you can actually understand it. Yeah. So yeah, same idea. Yeah, because some students like a bit confused like how I simplify f and f inverse, because it's like this. If you want to get the gf, right, one of the way you can do is you sub the f inverse into the gf. You can give you the gx. Okay, this is some idea about function. That means when f meet with f inverse, you can cancel out. G meet with g inverse, you can cancel out. It will become an x there. Okay, so of course, if you have time, you can use your own methods to actually solve it. But I find this method should be easier to understand. Alright, so the whole equation can substitute into x. Yes, correct. Because you're trying to substitute you can try to take any function. If you substitute the f inverse into f, you will get x only. So yb. What do you mean by yb? Yeah, because the question asks us to find b, isn't it? Alright, so I hope you can understand. Yeah, basically I just substitute in and then I will get double g, right? G, so I get g squared. What if fg gf? Then you will get, if you got fg and gf, I guess you will get fg square f. If you substitute something like that, g and g cannot cancel. Yeah, you are right. G and g cannot cancel. So yeah, but I guess this is the purpose why they put like this, because you can cancel. Where can we inverse? What do you mean by where can we inverse? Do you have any other methods on solving this kind of question? Because it's only 3 mark only, so we actually don't feel to use the longer way to get these 3 marks. Some more 3 mark, you need to do A and B. So I guess, yeah, this is the best method. You're trying to understand it. Yeah, because if I try to use, if I know other method, maybe I will post another videos for other methods. Alright, so let's go to question 7. One root of the equation is, this equation is twice of the others. So root, we know basically is the answer of x, right? So if one is alpha, then the other answer will be 2 alpha. Alright, this is the so-called root. Okay, root will be x answer. So I say I have root is alpha and 2 alpha. Why I say 2 alpha? Because he said twice the others. So therefore, what I want to do is I will do sum of root is equals to negative k. And my product of root is basically equals to 18. So sum of root basically plus together equals to negative k. So 3 alpha equals to negative k. Find the value of k. Alright, I kind of need to make alpha as subject. So I will have negative 1 over 3 k. So product of root means alpha multiply 2 alpha equals to 18. Okay, oh actually we can get alpha easily here, right? 2 alpha square equals to 18, alpha square equals to 9, alpha equals to positive negative 3. So yep, we need to sub in both positive 3 and negative 3. So k negative 1 over 3, it's fine. Then I don't want to make alpha a subject. So k equals to negative 3 alpha, then I substitute into here. So k will become positive negative 9. Alright, so you just sub your alpha back into the k. You should be able to get the answer. Alright, so yeah, if you guys know any faster way, you can share in the group chat. Yeah. So I'm going to move on to number 8 here. Okay, given m and n are the roots of the quadratic equation. Alright, this question, find a range value of k is m and n, m equals to m and n not equals to m not equals to n. Alright, so over here, basically, you have two possibilities. Because m and n is their root, right? When m is not equals to n, that means you have two different roots or two distinct roots. Two distinct roots basically is b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0. But when m is big equals to n, means you have two equal roots. Two equal roots basically mean b squared minus 4ac, b squared minus 4ac equals to 0. So therefore, in this case, because they say n, just now we have b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0 if two distinct roots, if when m is not equals to n. If b squared minus 4ac will equal 0 when m is equals to n. And the key word here is n. That means I will just combine both of them. I will become b squared minus 4ac bigger or equals to 0. I know I checked the marking scheme. The marking scheme doesn't put equal. And I think the marking scheme is wrong about this question. And I even test it out. So I'm pretty sure this one should be the correct one. Or else it doesn't make sense. Because the marking scheme only do b squared minus 4ac bigger than 0. Mean the marking scheme only focus on this part. I'm not sure, am I getting the right marking scheme? Maybe you have the latest one. Maybe you can share to me. So over here, I will do using these methods. So my b over here is, I do not know. I kind of need to expand it. Minus kx plus k plus 3 equals 0. So my b is negative k. My a will be 1. My c will be k plus 3. So this one is k squared minus 4k minus 12. So I factorize this one, I should get k62 minus plus. So from the number line here, I have negative 2 and 6. Bigger is going this two direction, isn't it? So my k must be less or equals to negative 2. My k must be bigger or equals to 6. Alright, this is how to do this kind of questions. So yeah, should be or not in this equation. I'm not sure. So yes, because when I teach the IGCSE, they have something like the combined version, which they call this one real root. Alright, if the question says have real root, basically we will combine both. And what's the meaning of real root? Means it's same condition like this one. M is equals to n and m is not equals to n. So how do we know when to use bigger or equal to 0? Okay, this one you kind of need to go check my quadratic video. Bigger than 0 is when you have two distinct roots. Equal to 0 that means you have two equal roots. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, so number 9. Alright, number 9 over here, they tell you B is a turning point. And type of root. Type of root, you find how many points they intersect on the x-axis. Because root over here basically means what? Answer of x. So type of root, that means you have how many type of the answer of x. So basically you have 2, right? So two different type of root. Or 2 distinct, alright? So is anything should be okay. Yeah, you can write any word which you think is makes sense. Find the equation of the curve. So I have both coordinate. This one is 4 unit here. So I minus 4 unit. This one should be negative 1. This is x-intercept, right? X-intercept at least tell me x plus 1 and x minus 7. I will add an a for it as always. So equals to my y. Right, so I have this coordinate. I believe this coordinate is help me to find my a value here. So this coordinate is called 0, 14. So I sub the 14 into the y here, 0 into x here. So I get 1 multiplied negative 7, negative 7. So a equals to negative 2. So okay, then I got my equation. Y equals to negative 2, x plus 1, x minus 7. So y equals to negative 2. This is x squared minus 6x minus 7. So y should equal to negative 2x squared plus 12x plus 14. Yeah, I hope this one should be the correct answer here. Okay, question 11 here. Okay, so let's move on to this one. Alright, given that the area of the triangle ABC is 28 units, determine value of K and find the shortest distance A to BC. Alright, shortest distance A to BC, basically you know shortest distance must be the distance with 90 degrees. This is the distance we want to find for my second part. But the first part I want to find K first. So we have the triangle formula. It's half ABC, right? Repeat the first A. My A is 0, 5. My B is 2, 3. My C is negative 4K. Repeat the first one. Equals to 28. So I move my half to the other side, alright? So I will kind of like multiply 0, 2K minus 20 minus 0, negative 12 plus 10. Alright, equals to 28. Alright, so over here I have this is 2K negative 2. So minus negative 2 plus 2. So it's 2K minus 18 equals to 28. Alright, now I want to, because later I will move my modulus to the other side and I have plus minus 28. And I will decide I want to choose plus or minus. But in this case I will choose minus because I know my K is below x-axis. This one should be negative value, isn't it? So therefore I will choose minus. Alright, so 2K will equals to, where's my 2? So it give me 56. So this one plus minus 56. Why I will get 56? Because half I move to the other side, it multiply 2, alright? So it's negative 56 plus 18. So K should equals to, what is this? This is negative 38, right? 38, negative 19. Alright, so yeah, K is negative 19, it makes sense. This is negative 19 here. Alright, then I want to find the shorter distance. Alright, since this is 90 degrees, so I have another formula for 90 degrees, right? Half times base times height equals to 28. Alright, height is the D here, and base basically is a CB, right? So I kind of need to find the length of CB. So length of the CB is negative 4 minus 2 square plus K minus 3 square. So it's just square root of 36 plus, alright, I write K minus 3 square. Alright, half time, and I have my K, sorry. K will be negative 19. Alright, so let's do it. It's square root 520, right? It's not mistaken. Yeah, square root 520. So this one base will be square root 520 because this one is square root 520. Height will be just D. shorter distance, 28. So D is basically 56 over square root 520. 56 divided by my answer. So I should get 2.456. Alright, this is, oops, my face actually blocking it. I should get 2.456. Yeah, it's basically like 58. It's not 28. Alright, 56. It's not 28. Yeah, I've made a lot of carry mistake here. Alright, so again, so a point P moves us is distant from M. Alright, this one, I don't know how to visualize it, and I even tried to use the graph calculator to actually check this out. Seriously, I couldn't get the logic for it, but if I don't think about the logics, I just do based on what the question gave. This is what I will do. A P moves us is distant from M, so I say the distance PM will equals to the distance from X equals to -3. So I will say is PX, and this X is basically equals to X is -3, Y. Okay, because X is -3, that's mean this is Y axis. X equals to -3 is this line. I mean X equals to -3 is this line, isn't it? So your distance must always same with the -3 here. Depend where is the distance. So the Y value can keep on changing, right? Alright, so therefore I will just put a Y for it because I only know X must be -3. Because you check out all the coordinate here is also like -3, 1, -3, 2, -3, 3. So you can see the Y value can be varied, right? So I will use the Y to represent it. Alright. And P, definitely I do not have P, I will do XY. Alright, then I will use a distance formula. So M I have, right? So it's X minus 2 because mx is 2 square plus y minus 0 square equals to P. P is X minus -3 plus 3 square and then plus y minus y square. Alright, so then I will just cancel out the square root. This is x squared minus 4x plus 4 plus y squared equals to x squared plus 6x plus 9. X squared and x squared I cut. I got y squared minus 10x minus 5 equals 0. And yes, this is the correct answer if not mistaken. And yeah, I do use the graph calculator to try to understand the logic behind it. I can kind of sketch out to give you some idea. Yeah, the graph calculator basically will tell me something like this. And then this is a line x equals to -3. And then this one is basically 2, 0, which is the coordinate m. And then this one will be the locus P. Alright, so I don't know how to measure the distance for locus P because this one is actually keep on increase one. Because normally locus for one point is makes sense one. Let's say this is M, this is locus P. Then you can realize this all is a radius. So they must be always equal to this distance. But if I key in this equation as a locus, this equation, the distance here and distance here is definitely not the same. This is first thing. But maybe I shouldn't focus on M to locus. I want to focus on distance between this locus and between locus P between M and X equals to -3. So I guess it's something like the distance here, the D1, must be equals to the D2. Maybe it's something like this. But I'm not so sure about the graph over here. So maybe I shouldn't use a logic to think like how this locus happened. Because I tried out, but I couldn't understand. But if you just ignore about because locus must make sense for me. Because if not, I cannot explain to my student. But I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this is how I do it. So let's move on. Yeah, it is still the locus. I know the equation is the locus, but what is the sense of it? Because normally we seldom do the locus between line and line. Because let's say this is x equals to 3. I want to have a locus always same distance with x equal to 3. Yeah, the locus might be either here, maybe this is locus P, or this one can be locus P. Because this line will be always same distance one. That means this distance D1 and D2 must be the same. And then both must be the straight line. Then it makes sense because that locus will always same distance with x equals to 3. Okay, even though it's a point also, for me it still makes sense. Let's say, no, its point, it must be 2 points. 1 point, it doesn't make sense. But anyways, just forget about the locus question. I'm not so sure. No, locus not necessarily is a circle. But if your locus have x squared and y squared, then it is a circle. But if you only have y squared, it is not a circle. Okay, it's based on the equation. So, yeah, locus will be circle when it only 1 point. Because locus can be 1 point, 1 line, or 2 line. Alright, so yeah, you learn about locus and from 3, isn't it? So, never mind. That question I also don't understand. So, but I can get the answer based on the understanding of the question itself. Don't think about the logics. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so this one basically is 42 cos square x equals to, okay, it's a quadratic equation, very obvious, minus 51 cos x. This one 30 cos 60, I will just change it to the number. Alright, 30 multiply cos 60, 15. Alright, so minus 15 equals 0. And it's a quadratic. I'm very sure it's a quadratic, but the number is so big. You can 51 divide by 3, 17. Okay, nice. I simplify everything divide by 3. So this is 14 cos square x minus 17 cos x minus 5 equals 0. Alright, then I can use 7 cos x, 2 cos x. I want to get 17. So should be 5 and 1. No, it's a minus. Oh no, this is plus, right? Sorry. Yeah, that makes sense. So it's minus for both. So cos x equals to 5 over 7. And cos x equals to 1 over 2. And then both is positive, then it's fine. Add sugar to coffee. Cos will get positive at first and fourth. Fourth is 360 minus theta. Alright, then I can find my angle by just using the calculator. 5 over 7. 44.42, first answer. And 360 minus my answer. 315.58. Alright, this one 60 degree. And then this one is 300 degree. Isn't it? This one should be okay. Yeah, it's positive 15. Alright, so let's move on. Alright, so table 14 show the number of the words typed per minute by 40 candidates in the typing test. Alright, find a range value of per minute. So in order to get a range in this kind of group data, basically we take the last midpoint or mid interval minus the first mid interval. Alright, so this one I want to get the midpoint of them is 85 plus 94 divided by 2. Oops, divided by 2. I should get 89.5. This one I will use 44 plus 35 divided by 2. I will get 39.5. So the range is basically 89.5 minus 39.5. So range should be 60. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. It's found that 25% of the candidates passed the typing test with an excellent grade. So this guy actually managed to type 56 words per minute. So it's a not guy, this girl. So does she pass the test in the excellent grade or not? So you should know the 25% pass the grade A, example grade A. So you should know this one means top 25%. Okay, I will go back to the previous question after I finish this one. Alright, so imagine, let's say you have something like this. So top 25%, let's say this is the maximum. So the top 25%, let's say maximum is 40. Top 25%, that means we can use 40 times 25%. You should know it's the 10 people, right? So therefore, top 10 will be here. So definitely we need to find the value here lah. But what I want to say is the top 25% is actually the Q3. Because a lot of students, when they see 25%, they will straight away assume it is Q1. So therefore, it's a Q3. Okay, I did something wrong just now. Did I? This is 10 cos, this is minus 7. I mean, which part actually I got wrong? $60. Oh, sorry. I forgot to see the range, right? Because range says is 180 to 360, so we ignore any angle before it. So we only take the angle between 180 to 360. Yes, thanks for that. Alright, so yeah, I will see the chat room, but I can't straight away see. I cannot keep see the chat room and do at the same time. Yeah, I'm not so good in multitasking. So if you understand the Q3, then I will use the Q3 formula to do. So the Q3 formula basically is lower boundary of the Q3 plus 3 over 4n minus capital F over frequency of the Q3, and then multiply the class size. Alright, this is the formula. So, but before I apply in this formula over here, I want to know which class is the Q3. So I will do the 3 over 4 multiply 40. So I will get 30. So I must locate it at 30. I want to know where is my 30. This one will be 11. This one will be 24. This one will be 36. So yeah, Q30 is located over here inside this one. So this is the class for Q3. Alright, then I will just apply the formula. Lower boundary of the Q3 is basically 64.5 plus 3 over 4 multiply 40 minus capital F here will be cumulative frequency before Q3 class. So you plus all the frequency before this class, which is, just now we plus already, right? 24, isn't it? 24. Over, this one is the frequency of the Q3, which is 12. Multiply class size. Class size, use the upper bound minus lower bound. You do straight away use the 74 minus 65. So in order to get the C, you kind of use the upper bound minus lower bound. So you got 10. So 10. Alright, then I will just type everything in the calculator. So 30 minus 24 divided by 12 multiply 10 and then plus, so you got 69.5. So in order to get a top 25%, you have to type 69.5 words onwards. That's means you can type 70, 71, 72 is fine, but this is the boundary. So therefore, in order to get so-called excellent grade, so he only typed 56 in below, right? So my answer is no, because Q3 is 69.5 words. The range is 50, not 60. Oh, it's 50. Is the answer correct? 50? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a 50. Yeah. 8 minus 3 is 5. I'm not sure why I write 60. But anyway, yeah, I hope you got it. So let's move on. Okay, this question actually is one of the past year questions here. I'm not sure which year, but I definitely see this question before. Diagram 15 actually show the should pull few dimensions for secondary school. For category A, the student must throw 6 meters far from the center to get 1 point, 8 meters far from the center to get 3 points. So imagine if you are standing here, let's say this is a 6 meter. So you want to get 1 point, you need to throw the rock actually beyond here, isn't it? Because if the distance here is 6 meter, you must throw beyond the 6 meter, then only you can get 1 point. Okay, even though here they say far from the center, 6 meter far from the center, that means impossible. You get 5 meter, you also get 1 point. So therefore here actually you will get 1 point. And 8 meter far from the center, you will get 3 points. That means let's say this is 8 meter. This is 8 meter here. That means if you throw your stone beyond 8 meter, then you will get 3 points. So right now they want to find the area for 1 point. So therefore you should know the area for 1 point is over here, right? This is the area for 1 point. Because and then we do not know what is the area for 3 points. I can just say it's above the 8 meter, anything beyond 8 meter. But right now they only ask us to find an area for 1 point. So my logic is just use the big sector minus the small sector. All the sector have the same angle, which is 68.5. And this one is 8. This one is 68.5 also, but this one is 6. So I just minus them, then I should be able to get the area between them. Alright, and then MF, I do not like about degree, so I will change the angle into the radian. So I will multiply pi over 180. So use the calculator. So you should get a number is 1.1956 radian. Alright, then I want to get the area. I will just say half r squared theta 1.1956 minus half r squared theta 1.1956. And then yeah, I just factorize out half 1.1956. You both also have this one, right? There you got 64 minus 36. Then type in the calculator. 1 over 2 multiply 1.1956 multiply 64 minus 36. Alright, you should get 16.74. 1.1956. Yeah, I hope my answer is correct. Yep, this is correct. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Alright, number 16 here. This question actually I did make one video for it. Which school did sir work for? I didn't work for any school anymore. I left school last year, I guess. So okay, this question actually I did make one video for it because yeah, last time got student asked me on this question, but I will still explain over here. You know about the formula for NCR, right? It's n factorial over n minus r factorial. But over here, you need to know how to solve the factorial. This is what happened. Okay, so let me explain what is factorial first. Let's say 4 factorial basically is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. You keep on minus 1 until you get 1. This is what happens for factorial. Let's say 6 factorial is 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. But at the same time, 6 factorial, I can say 6 multiply 5 factorial. So if I do not want to multiply until 1, I can add a factorial to stop it. Because 6 multiply 5 factorial and 5 factorial itself is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So they are the same thing. Alright, so therefore when I go to n factorial, this is what happened. N factorial will become n, and then next one will be n minus 1. And then will be n minus 2. Then will be n minus 2, and keep on moving on until infinity. So if I want to stop it, I will add a factorial. Okay, this is the logic if I expand n factorial. Alright, so yes, so if I want to do this one, I will just apply the formula m minus r factorial, and the other one is, okay, this one is even more interesting, m minus 2 factorial over m minus 2 minus r factorial. Alright, so I will need to solve this thing. So what I will do over here is, okay, I will expand the n factorial and n minus 1. I will stop at n minus 2 factorial because I see the n minus 2 factorial on the other side. So later I can simplify them. Alright, here there's nothing I want to simplify. I will just leave like this. Alright, here I have n minus 2 factorial. Okay, I want to solve this headache thing. This is what n minus 2 minus r factorial. Yeah, I want to solve this thing. So what I will do over here is I will make this one become n minus r. N minus r minus 2 factorial. I'll just swap place between r and 2. I will explain the reason why. Because what? Because if this term, if I want to n minus r, I want to expand this one, then what I will get n minus r minus 1. Oh no, the first one is n minus r first, and next one will be n minus r minus 1, isn't it? The next one will be n minus r minus 2, right? And then I can stop there. So this is what happened for this term. So therefore, this one n minus r, this is n minus r minus 2 factorial, I will leave there. This is r factorial, I leave there. So I want to expand this term right now into the pattern I say. So this one I will get n minus r multiply n minus r minus 1 multiply n minus r minus 1 minus 2 factorial. So you can see what happened. Basically, you expand the factorial, you need to keep on minus 1. So whatever this term is, I will copy the first term and then I use back the same term minus 1. I will use back the same term minus 2. If you ask me what is the next one, n minus r minus 3 and so on. And I will stop at factorial because now what I want to do is I will simplify factorial, n minus 2 factorial and n minus 2 factorial. I divide for both sides. N minus r minus 2 factorial, n minus r minus 2 factorial, I simplify for both sides. R factorial, I simplify for both sides. And yeah, I guess, is there any other thing I can cut? No, right? Yup, then I will do the rest. This one I will multiply in, I get n squared minus n. And then this one I move to the other side because after simplify here we left 1, isn't it? So I multiply it, n minus r minus 1. I want n in term of r. Oh my god. Did I make any mistake? I hope I didn't make any mistake. Okay. Let's see what happened. Let's continue to do. Alright, I expand it. This is n squared minus nr. Okay. Minus nr plus r squared plus r. Okay, so I will, okay, luckily n squared and n squared I can cancel out. Nice. Then this one I have negative 2nr, right? So move here with positive 2nr minus n equals to r squared plus r. And then I factorize out the n. This is 2r minus 1 equals to r squared plus r. So my n equals to r squared plus r over 2r minus 1. And I hope my answer is correct. This question is a bit crazy for 3 mark. Of the blue line. Okay, first line of the blue line here. Okay, thanks for the good indicates here. So n times n squared, n times negative nr. Oh yeah, I still have one more negative n here, isn't it? Oh yeah, thanks for that. Now I got it, the negative n. Okay, so negative n plus n cancel out. So 2nr equals to r squared. Yeah, factorize out the r. R, this is r plus 1. Then n equals to r plus 1 over 2r. Cancel it out. R plus 1 over 2. Is that the correct answer? Yes. You see, when one tiny mistake going to spam you so much time to actually find out. Yeah, so make sure you don't make any mistake here. So if 3 children from the family are children at random, plot the graph from the binomial distribution for the number of girls among the children. So you want the binomial for number of girls. Alright, so okay, this one I will call it x. X will be number of girl. Okay, and then this one is probability of getting the number of girl. Alright, so alright, I can get 0 girl, 1 girl, 2 girl, 3 girl. Alright, and my n over here should be 3 because I choose 3 from the family. And then my p I will just assume is 1 over 2 because I assume girl and boy have the same probability because here I don't know anything. It's because boy and girl 2 choose 1, I guess it should be 1 over 2. Alright, so because right now they ask about plot the graph of the binomial distribution, right? So I guess this is a graph. So then, yeah, if 0 girl, so this is x equals to 0, then I will do something like 3c0, 1 over 2 power of 0, 1 over 2 power of 3. And then you realize it's the same with 3 here. This is 3c3, this is 1 over 2 power of 3, this is 1 over 2 power of 0. So both of these is the same because 3c0 is 1, 3c3 is 1. And then both also you have the same probability, so which is 1 over a. So this one, I will get 1 over a. So 3 will give me the same thing, 1 over a. Alright, then if you do this one, x equals to 1, you will get 3c1 and then half power of 1 and 1 over 2 power of 2. If you do x equals to 2 here, you get 3c2, half power of 2 and half power of 1, and both of these is the same thing also, so which is 4 over, if not mistaken, should be 3 over 8. Yeah, it should be 3 over 8. So both of these ones should be higher a bit. Maybe I call it 3 over 8. So this one also you will get 3 over 8. Yeah, so this one should be my table. So yeah, Q basically is a 1 minus P. Alright, so I guess that's the questions. Yeah, sir must be tired. Yes, I'm actually quite tired. So I just like finish class and I straight away come back to do this live streaming. Yes, so let's move on to the next one. Alright, this one, you have a spinner and then divide into the 4 equal quadrants. So the pointer will spin 3 times. So find the probability a pointer will fall in the quadrant Q at least 1. So, okay, so when I see the word at least, I will always use 1 to minus the probability I do not want. This is a faster way of doing this. Of course, you can add up all the possibility. No, at least 1 Q, that means the probability I do not want is not the Q. It's not the Q because triple Q is just one of it. So you have 1 Q and P and R and 1 Q and R and S. So I need to minus not Q because not Q is a probability I do not want because at least 1 Q, right? Yeah. So this is 3 over 4 power of 3. Yeah, so it's 27 over 64. So it's just like this. So you will get 37 over 64. Yeah. Because at least 1 Q, okay, if you do not want to do like this, you kind of need to like work out all the possibility. That means you can have QQQ or QQ will mix with any number P, and you can have QQ mixed with R, and you can QQ mixed with S, and then 3 of them you need to multiply 3 also because they can swap, right? And then you still need to do QPR, and you still need to do QPS, and then yeah, 3 of them you can swap. This one is multiply 6, right? Yeah, let me see. 12, I don't know, you kind of and then I believe still have more. Yeah, PQ, yeah, you kind of need to work out every single one for at least one Q. PR, PS, and then 3 factorial is times 6 times 6. 6, 6, 12, 12, no, it's not enough. QQP, QQR. Yeah, if you want to do manually, you kind of need to like list out one by one. So it's going to take you some time of doing that. So yeah, I think I will just stop here. Yeah, RP, PR, PS. Oh, still have a QRS, right? Yeah, still have QRS. Yeah, this one will give me 6, this one will give me 6, this one will give me 6, 18, 21, 21, 24, 27, 28. No, it's not enough. I have 37. That's QRR, right? Thanks for that. Same letter also. Yeah, because can repeat, right? Okay, then there's a lot more. You can have QSS, you can have QRR, you can have QPP. Alright, and then each of them basically you need to times 3 because you can swap place, right? You need to times 3, and this one need to times 3. So let's say 18, 18, 9, 18 plus 9 plus 9 plus 1. Yeah, 10, 28, 37. Yeah, correct. So sum up total of them, you should get 37 if you want to do manually. Yeah, or you can use combination if you want. Alright, let's move on. No, I'm not going to finish at 11. I thought I can finish at 11. Alright, so okay. This first question is a little bit confused over here. Yeah, so but let's do it. So over here, what I will do is I will just categorize they are y and not y. So I only will do in the two different terms. Because here I will see y, right? So I will just separate on this thing. This is n power 1 and y power of negative 2. So over here, I will just group the term like term with y together. This is non-y together. This is what I'm doing here, alright? So non-y, I do the non-y first, sorry. I will say non-y, okay? So I have m squared over 3 and then multiply with 3 power of m. This one is y, I do it later. And then this one is 1 over 2 multiply m plus 2. Alright, this is non-y. Alright, and then definitely it's a multiply here lah. And then I will multiply. Now I will do the y term. So here I have 1 over y cubed and then power of m. And then over here I still have a y, m plus 2. Alright, so I will do the y first because the power of it equals to negative 2, right? But I will just like group everything together. This 3 power of m. Alright, this is, I don't know, but 3, okay, so, okay, this one and this one I multiply. No, cannot multiply also. Okay, never mind, do comparing the y first. So this one should be y power of negative 3m. Multiply, right? Mean plus m plus 2 equals to y power of negative 2. Cancel out the y. Negative 3m plus m plus 2 equals to negative 2. Negative 2m equals to negative 4. M equals to 2. Alright, then I will focus on the non-y, which is n. Okay, so n equals to, this one is 2, right? 2 power of 2 over 3 multiply 3 power of 2 multiply 1 over 2 power of 4. 2 plus 2 is 4, right? This is 4 over 3 multiply 9 multiply 1 over 16. So this one should be, okay, simplified 4 here. I should have simplified 3 here, should be 3 over 4. That's my n. Alright, so yeah, this indices question is kind of challenging because a lot of multiplication, you just like group them together, then you should be okay. So next one, 20. Okay, luckily the log is still okay. I will change, this is a quadratic questions. So quadratic question, what I will do is I will make all of them become a log xy. So this is log xy, I will not touch it. So this one I will change to log xy. Because when I do the 1 over, I can swap the number and base, right? So I can swap them. This is the log rule of changing base. So I will get log x y squared minus 3 log xy minus 10 equals to 0. And you should know this one is a quadratic equation, right? It is x squared minus, don't use x lah, because already have x. So this one will be something like m squared minus 3m minus 10. Do you see that? It's a quadratic. So this is log xy, this is log xy. In order to get 3, I should use 5 and 2 minus and plus. Alright, so therefore log xy equals to negative 2, y equals to x power of negative 2. So okay, y equals to 1 over x squared. So x squared equals to 1 over y, x equals to 1 over square root y. Alright, the next one, log xy equals to 5, y equals to x power of 5, x equals to 5th root of the y. Alright, this log question, I will not say it's very easy, but it shouldn't be too hard over there. And why it will be square? Because you multiply them, right? If a over 1 over a, this is a divided by 1 over a, isn't it? It's become a multiply a over 1, so you get a square. You just sub a become log x y, then you should know what is happening here. Alright, so yeah, I see the professor X actually helped me to reply it. So let's move on to the next one. Question 21 here. Okay. It's a differentiation when R is minimum. This one is a very important tips here because when R is minimum, basically tell you need to differentiate R. So I will make R as a subject. So over here, maybe I make Q, I take from this equation, I make Q as subject, 3 over P squared, isn't it? Then I substitute into this equation. R equals to 3P plus 4Q. Q is 3 over P squared. Because before I differentiate, I will make all of them into the one term. So which is in term of P. So this is 3P plus 12P negative 2. Alright, then because R is minimum, I will do dr dp equals to 0. Then I will have 3 minus 24P negative 3 equals to 0. So 3 equals to 24 over P cubed. P cubed equals to 24 over 3. P cubed equals to 8. P equals to 2. So Q will equals to 3 over 2 squared. Q equals to 3 over 4. Alright, this kind of thing you need to know. This is what happened when the question says R is minimum. Alright, so yep. Move on to the next one, 22. When surface area is formula is given you 3 pi r squared over 2 plus 6 pi, I will change r negative 1, alright? So it's given the rate of change of the surface areas, that means dA dt equals to A, is given here. If you do not know, you just see cm squared stand for area, s negative 1 stand for dt. So it's dA dt. Alright, find the rate of change or radius. So they ask you to find the dr dt. Rate, write dt at the bottom, radius means dr. So this is dr dt. Write out the change rule. dr here, dt here. So this one will be dA and dA. I already have dA dt. I want to find dr dA. So I will differentiate this one. I will do dA dr first. So I should have 3 pi r minus 6 pi r negative 2. So I will simplify this one and group them together because later I need to flip over. So minus 6 pi over r square. So I will just add a r. This is over 1, right? I will multiply r square here, multiply r square here. So then I will get r square over, this is dA dr, right? So I want to do dr dA. I will just flip over them. Or I flip over at my final answer lah. Then I don't need to do the silly thing. Yeah, just let it 1. Because some students will be quite panicked if I change the fraction. Alright, they tell me r equals to 4. So this one will be 12 pi minus 6 over 16 pi. Alright, use the calculator for this one. 12 minus 3 over 8. So, okay, you will get kind of weird thing here. You will get 93 over 8 pi. So, I want to do dr dA. I'm going to flip over, become 8 over 93 pi. So, this is 8 over 93 pi multiply A. So, I got 64 over 93 pi. Alright, this is how I do this kind of rate of change questions. And I hope my answer is correct. Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Okay. Yes, 3 more questions. So it's given that this one is the gradient function. I say gradient function basically is mean is dy dx, right? So dy dx equals to kx squared minus x. Okay, for the curve such that k is a constant, the gradient of the normal is negative 5 when x equals to 1. Okay, when x equals to 1, 1 is over there. But we know gradient of normal is not useful for dy dx. So what we want to do is we need to find a gradient of tangent. But we know gradient of tangent equals to negative 1 over gradient of normal, isn't it? So my gradient of tangent at the same time is mean dy dx. Alright, so dy dx is equals to negative 1 over negative 5, which is 1 over 5. So, okay, now I just write gradient of tangent. If I write dy dx, it's a bit confuse you. Because I want to get gradient of tangent, I need to sub the x value into the dy dx. So right now, I'm going to sub the x value into the dy dx to get the same gradient of tangent. Alright, so I will do 1 over 5 when I sub the x into here. So my k equals to 6 over 5. Alright, so yeah, this is how we do this kind of questions. Then we know our dy dx equals to 6x squared minus x, isn't it? Or no, I mean 6 over 5x squared. So yeah, so then they ask us to find the equation of the curve. So equation of curve, we know, I say many times, only one way you can find equation of curve, which is integrate dy dx. So I need to integrate 6 over 5x squared minus x dx to get my equation of the curve. So which is y equals to 12, integrate, sorry, not differentiate. This is, I take the 6 over 5 outside, alright? This one should be x cubed over 3 minus x squared over 2 plus c. Alright, so first thing is I want to find c. I have the coordinate 1, negative 2, right? 1, negative 2. Because the normal at that point, that means that point definitely must on the curve. So I can use this coordinate. So negative 2 is here. This is sub 1 into here should be 6 over 15 minus 1 over 2 plus c. Alright, I can get my c by type everything in the calculator. Negative 2 plus 1 over 2 minus 6 over 15. So my c equals to negative 19 over 10. Therefore, my equation of curve will be, okay, 6x cubed over 15 minus x squared over 2 minus 19 over 10. Alright, this is how we get the equation of the curve here. And I hope it's correct. If it's wrong, just let me know. Okay, the diagram 24 actually shows the straight line y equals to fx, which intersect the curve 3x squared at that point, and then they give me this information. First thing you will realize, negative can never get area can never be negative. So what we will do over here is basically what we want to do is we want to change it back to the positive. So integration have one of the law you can change to positive when you swap this one to 0, 2, right? 2, 0 you swap to 0, 2. Then you have to add a negative on the other side. So it becomes 22. So that means if I integrate this straight line from 0 to 2 here, I actually get this area of trapezium. And the whole area of trapezium here is equal to 22. Alright, I hope you get the idea. Area of trapezium equal to 22. But the question asked me to find area of shaded region. So what I want to do over here is, I want to use the area of trapezium here. I minus the area under the curve. I minus the area under the curve here. Means I will minus this part. Okay, area under the curve. So trapezium basically equals to 22. Area under the curve, I need to integrate the curve definitely from 0 to 2, 3x squared. Alright, so I definitely will take out my 3 and I only integrate x squared. I got x cubed over 3, 2, 0. Then this is 22 minus, okay, I have a, okay, just simplify, which is x cubed. Then I minus 8. Answer should be 16. Oh my god. Okay, so this one, let's finish the last question over here. Express the price n term. That means they want to know what is the Tn. Alright, Tn is quite simple because we know this is A and then we know this is GP because the 10% of the price must same with the previous, take the 10% from the previous year. So what we're doing here is, yeah, I know my R is, my A is 70,000. My R is 100% plus 10%, 110%, so it's 1.1. So I want to get my Tn, I will just say AR n minus 1. A will be this number, R will be 1.1 n minus 1. Done already. This is the answer for A. And then answer for B, hence find the price in the house in the 10 years. I want to do T10. So basically 70,000, 1.1, 10 minus 1, 9. And then you type in the calculator, correct to the nearest ringgit, isn't it? So yeah, 70,000 but times 1.1 power of 9. So I will get 1 RM, 165056. Then I'm done. Alright, so yeah, I guess we still have about 56 students here. So first, thank you for joining the live streaming. It's very rushed and we done about 2 hours here, so I hope you guys at least learn something from here. And I'm so sorry about so much carrot mistake just now. And have a wonderful night and do more practice. And we will do the MRSM paper 2 on the coming Saturday. Please help me to let whoever is interested. And yeah, thanks for your time and good night. Bye bye.